Alex yells, "Fire!" and nobody believes him.
Help! Please, you have to believe me! It's real this time! Help! Please, you have to believe me! It's real this time!
This is Arav, and he is watching his world burn. Why? Because he broke trust. To understand this, we need to go back a few days. I'm Maya, and welcome to the Tim channel. Milo, start the story.
Meet Alex, a 10-year-old lonely kid helping his mom to watch the family's community garden in her absence from bunnies and neighboring pets. In next 7 minutes, we will find how he broke everyone's trust and really landed into problem when he needed the help most. It all started with a feeling I think we've all had. The feeling of being completely invisible. Looking at kids playing in nearby playground, murmured low voice to the garden gnome, "You see me, right, Captain Gnome?" The other kids never asked me to play. I wish someone would notice me for once. Suddenly, his face lights up with an idea. He started shouting in fearful voice.
Emergency! A dog is in the garden! He is running over the vegetables!
Neighbors rush over,
Oh no, which dog? Where?
asked Mrs. Chen.
Gotcha! Ha ha! Just kidding!
Yelled Alex. Mr. Garcia said in disappointed voice.
Not funny, kiddo.
Friends, Arav got everyone's attention, but he didn't even realize that he was losing something far more valuable because of it. That was trust. And now he'll understand just how heavy the price of this mistake can be.
Next day, Alex feels ignored again. Talking to himself, he said.
They noticed me yesterday. Maybe I just need to make it more exciting.
He started running across the street, shouting.
Fire! There's smoke coming from the storage shed. Call 911.
Parents get panic. One pulls out a phone to dial 911. Alex laughs.
I gotcha again. Just kidding.
Alex, that wasn't funny. We were actually worried.
Mrs. Chen was very disappointed with Alex this time. One peaceful sunny afternoon, Alex sniffs air and his eyes widen. And it happened. Alex sees smoke and fire under the shed door.
Fire! Real fire! The shed's on fire!
He started running across the street, shouting.
Please help! Mr. Garcia, it's real fire!
Nice try, Alex. Not falling for it again.
Looking in foam, Mr. Garcia replied and walked away. Alex panicked more. He couldn't understand what to do. He rushed to Mrs. Chen's house.
Mrs. Chen, please! This time it's real fire! I swear! Please help! Please!
We're not playing your games anymore.
Mrs. Chen replied and went inside her house and closed her door. Alex, shocked and helpless, realized and whispered.
They don't believe me! What have I done?
His helpless eyes were filled with tears while he watched the fire spread. Finally, someone spots the fire and calls 911. Firefighters came and saved Alex's community garden with some destruction to shed and other minor damage. Alex realized his mistake after paying a very high price. While he was sadly sitting on bench, his mom came and asked,
Hey, you okay?
I messed up! I wanted people to notice me! I just wanted them to see me!
They do see you, Alex, but they need to see the real you, the you that helps in this garden. You that has a good heart. You can still show them that person.
Mrs. Chen came by and said,
Alex, we should have listened you this time, but trust is a two-way street. We all have to work to earn it back.
After that day, Alex worked every day to earn back the trust of everyone, small steps at a time, helping his mom clear the burnt shed. Alex found Mrs. Chen lost gloves. He helped other kids how to water plants. Soon, he was noticed and gained trust of all. Kids approached Alex and asked him to play soccer with them.
Alex learned that being seen isn't about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about showing people who you are through your actions. Because real connection doesn't come from a fake emergency. It comes from real kindness. It takes time to build trust, but only moments to lose it.
Hello, friends. So, what story are we hearing today?
Hello, friends. I'm Milo. Today I'll tell you a fun story about courage, friendship, and kindness, and how they can even save a life.
One
Once upon a time, in the magical Whispering Woods, lived the mighty king of the jungle, Leo the lion. He was very strong and very kind. One afternoon, after his meal, he fell asleep under a big tree. There was one problem with King Leo. He snored. He snored so loudly that the birds fluttered away and the animals covered their ears and ran. A tiny mouse named Pip peeked out. Pip was hungry. She sniffed the ground, searching for a snack. She spotted some tasty berries on the tree above the sleeping lion. Pip climbed over little stones and leaves, moving closer to the big lion. Without looking down, she stepped on Leo's paw, ran across his belly and even his face. His mane felt like golden grass. Then Pip's tail tickled Leo's ear. Leo woke up and dropped his paw over Pip. Pip shook with fear. Leo grabbed Pip in his paw and stared angrily.
Mr. Lion, sir, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a golden carpet. Please don't eat me. One day I can help you.
You will help me? I'm the king of the forest. I have claws that can cut through tree trunks, and a roar heard 3 kingdoms away. What could a tiny mouse do for me?
But Leo noticed something. Pip wasn't crying or running. She stood up straight, puffed out her tiny chest, and looked him in the eye with brave little eyes.
I like your courage, little Pip. You've got the heart of a lion, even if you're the size of a pea.
Leo opened his paw and let her go.
Thank you, Your Majesty. I meant what I said. Friends keep their promises.
Several days later, Leo had the worst day. He was showing off, leaping from rock to rock, when suddenly, he fell into a hunter's trap, a net of thick ropes! Leo tried everything. He flexed his muscles, no use. He scratched with his sharp claws. The ropes were too thick. He roared his loudest roar, but no one came.
Anyone! Help! Someone! Anyone!
Friends, what do you think will happen to Leo? Can someone help him, or will the hunters get him? Enjoying our stories? Please like, share, and subscribe, and tap the bell to join us every week.
Help! Someone! Anyone! Help! Someone! Anyone!
Pip heard the roar and knew it was Leo.
Oh no, it's Leo's roar for help. Hold on, Leo. I'm coming.
She saw the net and said,
Don't worry, I'll help you. Just stand still, My Majesty.
Pip started biting the ropes. Little by little, bit by bit, the ropes loosened. Leo held still while Pip worked. Bit by bit, the ropes snapped. Leo's eyes filled with hope and amazement until at last he was free.
Little friend, I owe you a big apology. I thought size was everything. But you showed me the biggest hearts can come in the smallest bodies. You saved my life.
They walked under the trees together. From that day on, Leo and Pip were true friends. Small friends can do big things.
Friends, what did we learn today? 1. No act of kindness is small. 2. Friendship isn't about size. It's about the size of your heart. 3. Face problems with courage. Hello, friends. I'm Maya. Milo, can you tell us a modern story today?
Yes, absolutely. Today's modern story begins right here, in the world of computers and gadgets. Kids, you must have noticed, grumpiness really messes up the things around you. It feels like nothing is going right, and being cheerful fixes everything. Suddenly, everything starts to look so beautiful. Meet the happiest kid in the world, Sunny. She's 8 years old, and her smile is so bright that anyone who sees it can't help smiling too. She lives in a super cool smart house where everything works with voice commands and holographic displays. Making tea and toast, checking the day's schedule, lights, fans, music. everything runs on AI. What makes Sunny even more special is a magical app on her tablet, Smile Power! Whenever she stays cheerful, the app collects happy points. Good morning, house, Sunny said happily as she woke up. Good morning, Sunny. To start your happy morning, you get 500 happy points today, replied her smart mirror with a smiling emoji. But everything was about to change because a very grumpy boy was moving into the house next door. What's that noise? Sunny whispered, peeking out the window. A boy about her age was moving in next door, but his face was oddly cranky. No smile, eyebrows scrunched, his face red with anger and irritation. His name was Grumble, and he was not at all happy about moving to this new neighborhood. This place is weird and terrible.
Everything here is so annoying.
I don't like it at all, he shouted. I hate new houses. I hate new schools, new neighbors, and new friends again. Ugh! I hate all of it. As soon as Grumble started complaining, the smart devices all over the neighborhood began glitching. Streetlights flickered, smart doorbells played strange songs, and even the ice cream truck's music turned into irritated static. Sunny stared at her tablet in shock. Whoa! Grumble's grumpiness is spreading through all our devices like a computer virus. Her Smile Power app flashed bright red. Warning! Grumpy energy detected! Happy points dropping fast! The other kids' tablets in the neighborhood also started crashing, and their happy points began falling quickly. I have to help, said Sunny. She grabbed her tablet and walked to Grumble's house wearing her biggest smile. Hi, I'm Sunny. Welcome to our neighborhood. What's your name? She asked happily. Go away, Grumble muttered. I don't want to make friends. Friends are not nice. I don't like making friends. Just leave. As soon as Grumble said this, more devices around them began to spark and make weird noises. Even Sunny's tablet screen developed a tiny crack. But then a brilliant idea popped into Sunny's head. Yes, the best idea. Smiling, she came close to Grumble and said sweetly, Hey, Grumble, want to see something really cool? Sunny asked, opening her Smile Power app. No, cool stuff doesn't exist. I don't want to see any useless thing, Grumble said, but he still peeked at the screen. Sunny started making funny and slightly silly dance moves and also telling jokes. With every giggle and grin, her app added more happy points, and the points turned into beautiful rainbow sparkles on the screen. When someone stays cheerful, good things start happening, Sunny explained. Watch this! The broken streetlight fixed itself and twinkled like a star. The messed up ice cream truck began to play the happiest tune. Flowers in the garden started blooming super fast. Even the neighborhood cats started dancing. Soon, everything began to change, and something unusual happened to Grumble. He couldn't stay grumpy. When he saw a squirrel wearing sunglasses dancing outside the window, a tiny smile crept onto his lips. Grumble whispered in surprise, Did I just smile? How can I even smile? I've never smiled before. Yes, Grumble, you smiled, Sunny said happily. Everyone can smile. We should all try to stay happy. And look what happened! Grumble's phone, which had completely broken, suddenly lit up with a happy face emoji and started working perfectly again. What happened next was the most amazing transformation yet! Does being cheerful really fix things? Grumble asked, amazed. Yes, it's just like magic, Sunny said. When we're happy and kind, everything around us starts getting better. Want to try it together? For the first time in his life, Grumble tried being cheerful. With a genuine smile, he said, Sunny, thank you for showing and explaining all this to me. Bing! 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 Happy points exploded across Sunny's tablet. In no time, Sunny and Grumble were running around the neighborhood, spreading joy everywhere. They help an elderly man carry his groceries. Happy points! They pet every dog they meet along the way. More happy points! It was amazing! Other kids' Smile Power apps also started filling up with happy points. By the end of the day, every single device in the neighborhood was running better than ever. Rainbow flowers were blooming in all the gardens, and everyone was laughing and playing together. I can't believe I was so grumpy, said Grumble. Now he wanted everyone to call him Graham. Being cheerful really does make everything better. That's the secret, said Sunny. When we choose to be happy and kind, the whole world becomes brighter, like we have superpowers.
Friends, so remember, every single day you have a choice. Will you spread grumpiness or happiness? Even when things go wrong, a smile and a cheerful attitude can fix almost anything. What makes you feel the most cheerful? Tell your grown-ups, subscribe, and share our channel and your smile power with everyone. Hello, friends. I'm Maya, and with me is our storyteller Robo the Milo. My today's question for you is, have you ever gotten distracted by a tasty snack or a fun game during your studies or practice challenge? I know. So let's understand the importance of discipline and patience through today's story from Milo.
One morning, a cute bunny was sleeping peacefully in his cozy wooden house. The bunny opened the door and stepped outside into the bright, sunny morning. Oh, wow! What a beautiful day! The forest was calm and full of tall trees, green grass, and soft sunlight. The bunny walked happily down the forest path toward the lake. At the lake, the tortoise was slowly walking along the bank. The bunny walked over to his friend, the tortoise, near the water. They stood beside the lake, enjoying the quiet morning together. The bunny looked at the tortoise and pointed at him playfully. The bunny laughed, teasing his slow-moving friend.
Ha 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 ha! You're always so slow!
But the tortoise smiled and nodded with quiet confidence. The tortoise said,
I can beat you in a long race, my friend.
All right, my friend. You know, my house from this lake is approximately 5 miles away. You know the path because you've come to visit me many times. So why not? Let's start the race right here from this bank of the lake and race all the way to my house. Let's! See who gets there first?
Friends, who do you think will win? Fast Bunny or Steady Tortoise? Enjoying our stories? Please like, share, and subscribe, and tap the bell to join us every week.
Bunny stood at the starting point near the water, ready for the race to begin. As soon as the race began, the bunny ran ahead very fast. The tortoise began walking slowly but steadily. The bunny ran alone through the forest, full of confidence. But the tortoise kept moving forward, step by step. As the bunny ran along the familiar path from the lake to his house, he saw a cherry tree full of delicious red cherries. He became greedy because he was feeling quite hungry. He thought, these cherries look so tasty, and my slow tortoise friend will take hours to reach here. Let me eat some cherries and take a little rest. After that, I'll finish the short distance left to my house. He stopped to eat some cherries and enjoy the nice weather. Then he sat down under the cherry tree to take a short nap. Soon, the bunny fell fast asleep. The tortoise kept walking and passed quietly by the sleeping bunny. He didn't stop. He just kept going. Finally, the tortoise reached the bunny's house. He stood there quietly and waited. Time passed, and the sun rose higher in the sky. The bunny woke up suddenly and looked around. What time is it? He jumped up and started running toward his house. Oh no, I overslept. When he arrived, he saw the tortoise already there. The tortoise said, I've been waiting here for 2 hours. The bunny felt ashamed and learned a very important lesson that being fast is not everything.
Friends! In fact, hope, discipline, patience, and consistency are even more important to succeed in life. So, what lesson will you practice today? Speed or steady patience? And try not to get distracted next time during your studies or practice.
So, Milo, what story are we hearing today?
Today's story is about a family trip. They learned something big. Love and care matter most in a family. children, meet Tommy, an 8-year-old boy who lived with his dad, Miller, on a peaceful farm, and their best friend was Bruno, a gentle donkey who wore a beautiful red collar. One morning, Tommy went to his dad and asked if they could visit the big city because he wanted to see the tall buildings. Miller, who was fixing a wooden fence, said the city was quite far. Tommy, still excited, pleaded that Bruno could come too. Bruno nodded happily and brayed, "Hee-haw! Hee-haw!" Hearing that, Miller smiled and agreed that if Bruno was on board, then it would be an adventure. They packed some food and water in a bag and started down the dirt road. They kept walking along the dusty path. Sometimes they went across the soft green fields to take a shortcut. Then they had hopped back onto the dirt road again, moving between fields and paths so they could reach the city as soon as possible. Soon, all three reached the busy city with its concrete buildings and bustling streets. Tommy gazed up in amazement at the tall buildings and all the cars, while Bruno looked curiously and brayed a questioning, "Hee-haw!"
Why are you walking when you have a donkey to ride?
An office worker standing there on footpath also agreed and told them to use their transportation. Tommy, unsure, looked at his dad as if they were doing something wrong, while Miller, being uncertain, suggested that perhaps the city folks knew best and told Tommy to hop on Bruno. Tommy climbed on and found it fun, and Bruno carried him proudly with a happy hee-haw. With Tommy riding and Miller walking as they went along, a jogger in bright blue clothes ran past and insisted,
Boy, you should be walking for exercise.
Another fitness enthusiast in red clothes pointed out that kids need to move their bodies. Tommy grew worried that they thought he was being lazy, and Miller, concerned, decided that perhaps he should ride instead. They switched. Miller rode while Tommy walked, and Bruno, confused but loyal, continued with a soft hee-haw. As Miller rode and Tommy walked, a mother in a colorful dress pointed out,
What kind of father are you? You are riding while your little boy is walking.
This made the father feel bad and very sensitive toward his son. Before Miller could say anything, Tommy tried to help by suggesting that they both should ride together. The boy also climbed on Bruno. This made Bruno feel quite heavy, but he was still happy and gave a startled hee-haw. With both of them riding on Bruno, they came across two animal lovers. One of them, with slight anger, said,
Please stop this, because 2 people are too heavy for this poor donkey.
2 people on a small donkey is totally unfair.
Hearing all this made the father and son feel very guilty. Tommy, in desperation, suggested that maybe they should carry Bruno because he must have been very tired. Hearing this, both animal lovers started clapping, and one of them said that this showed how much he loved his donkey. Miller and Tommy carefully lifted Bruno with his 4 legs tied to a strong stick with ropes, trying to carry him through the busy city. Both of them were struggling in carrying Bruno like this, and Bruno himself was very uncomfortable in this situation. Miller expressed,
This is the silliest thing we've ever done.
A tourist was taking selfies. Look! They're carrying a donkey through the city. People laughed over this because it looked so funny. One of them even said that the donkey should carry them. Hearing all this made Bruno very upset, and all of a sudden Bruno made himself free. And seeing all this, a wise old vendor approached kindly and offered some chocolates to Tommy and explained that they couldn't please everyone in the big city, but their donkey loved them both so much, no matter what. Tommy understood that Bruno didn't care what people thought and just loved them. Miller asked what felt right to Tommy, and Tommy patted Bruno and decided that Bruno was family. Sometimes he could help them, and sometimes they would walk together. Miller agreed that they knew what was best for their family. All three then explored the city happily, sometimes riding, sometimes walking. Tommy told the audience that they learned everyone has different opinions, and Miller added that family love is what matters most. In the end, Tommy, Miller, and Bruno returned home happy and all laughing together. So, children, what did we learn today? Please repeat after me. You cannot make everyone happy, but you can always choose love with your family.
Stay tuned. Hello, friends! My name is Maya, and welcome back to a new story on our channel, TIM.
They're awesome kids! Buckle up for an epic story about two best friends. Meet Felix the fox. He's basically the forest's biggest show-off. And Cleo the cat, who's super chill and actually knows what she's doing. One beautiful morning, Felix the fox was doing dramatic poses and calling out to everyone.
Check me out, friends. I'm Felix the Fantastic. I've got more escape tricks than a superhero has gadgets.
Meanwhile, Cleo the cat was stretching her body on a tree branch, greeting everyone warmly.
Good morning, friends. What a perfect day for some good vibes and maybe a nice nap.
Felix was bouncing around like he drank too much energy drink.
Yo, Cleo, guess what? I know a gazillion ways to escape trouble. I'm basically the Einstein of escaping.
Cleo grinned at her energetic friend.
Wow, Felix. That's a lot. I just have one trick to escape trouble and save myself.
Felix dramatically gasped in disbelief.
One. Just one. Haha, that's like one TikTok dance. Haha. How do you survive with just one trick?
Cleo replied.
Well, you know what they say. Quality over quantity is more important, my friend.
Felix replied with full confidence.
More tricks equals more awesome. It's simple math.
But then came the plot twist. Suddenly, a ranger truck and search dog came rumbling into the forest. Cleo became instantly alert, and she said to Felix,
Showtime. Time for my signature move.
In 2 seconds flat, Cleo was up the tallest tree like a furry ninja. Felix's eyes went wide, and his brain started buffering.
Okay, brain, which epic trick should I use? We've got options, people.
He muttered to himself, completely confused. Felix started spinning in circles, overwhelmed by all his choices.
Hey, should I dig an underground tunnel? Nah, takes forever. Run in zigzags, but which direction? Maybe hide myself into bushes? Nah, still visible. Maybe camouflage myself as a rock? Do I even look like a rock?
Felix's brain was like a computer with too many tabs open, completely frozen. And while Felix was stuck in choice paralysis mode, the rangers spotted him. The rangers called out,
I think I saw something orange over there.
From high up in her tree, Cleo whispered down urgently,
Oh no, Felix, just pick something and go.
But Felix was still panicking, unable to make a decision. The ranger came closer and saw Felix standing there frozen.
Oh, it's just a fox. We're looking for the lost hiking group. Come on, let's check the North Trail.
The ranger walked away, leaving a very embarrassed Felix behind. After the ranger and his search dog leave, Cleo climbs down and sits on the lowest branch of the tree, calmed in frustration.
Cleo, I thought having a million tricks made me the goat, but I just ended up looking like a deer in headlights.
Cleo climbed down gracefully from her tree.
Felix, sometimes having fewer choices actually makes you faster. When you practice one thing really well, it becomes automatic, so like muscle memory.
Felix had a light bulb moment.
Oh, so instead of bragging about all my tricks, I should actually practice one really good one?
Cleo said,
Exactly. It's like being really good at one video game versus being okay at 100 games.
Then Felix said to Cleo,
All right, Cleo. I'm leaving now. I'll come to meet you again tomorrow.
Cleo said goodbye to Felix, and after that, she rested comfortably on the tree branch and fallen asleep. Kids, remember, whether it's fire drills at school, practicing a sport, or learning to ride a bike, mastering one thing really well beats knowing a little about everything.
Stay tuned for our next tale coming next week. See you next time. Bye for now.